Hello everyone. In previous class, we discussed about the concept of 7th class NCERT chemistry, physical and chemical changes. Physical and chemical changes. So in the physical and chemical changes, we have already discussed about the concept of physical changes. If you want this physical changes concept, please watch my previous video. So let us see the chemical changes. So what is meant by chemical change? What is meant by chemical change? So what is meant by chemical change? Chemical change is nothing but one or two new substances are formed. One or two new substances formed. But what is meant by physical change? No new substance is formed. No new substance is formed. That is what we call it as physical. But in chemical, what happened? Definitely one or two new substances are formed. So that is what we call it as one or two new substances formed. What we call it as the chemical change. So let us see some examples. Very here all examples are very important. Many competitive exams they are concentrating chemical change examples also. So first one is rusting of iron. First one is rusting of iron. So in the rusting of iron process, iron usually in our homes also we have iron articles are there. If we are placing in air, usually in environment iron is there. But in air moisture is also present. Whenever moisture is also present, it leads to rust. So chemically what happened? Iron is Fe. In air particularly we are taking oxygen. In moisture particularly we are taking water. Finally it produces the ferric oxide. What is the formula of ferric oxide? Fe2O3. So Fe2O3, that is the formula of rust. So in the many competitive exams, what is the formula of rust? Formula of rust is Fe2O3, which is a ferric oxide. So here what happened? Iron is converted into Fe2O3. New substance is formed. That's why this is what we call it as chemical change. But in this rusting of iron, we need to understand some more concepts. That is nothing but moisture is there. Now if more moisture is present, whenever more moisture is present, if more moisture is present, rust is also more. Rust is also more. Why? Because more and more moisture is there, that leads to the reaction of iron into formation of rust. That's why more moisture is present. Very important. Moisture increases or decreases the rust. So it increases the rust because this water molecule encourages the iron to form ferric oxide. So that's why more moisture, more rusting process. So how to avoid rusting of iron? By painting. By painting we can avoid rusting. So how to avoid? We can by painting we can, and then by applying grease. Whenever we are applying grease, so in that case also we can avoid the corrosion. This is only avoiding methods. We can't control the corrosion, but for an instance we can avoid the corrosion. That's a continuous maintenance, particularly greasing in machines also, in our motorbikes also. We are nowadays seeing that applying grease. Why? Because to avoid the rusting process. Say for example, by coating a metal, by coating with chromium or zinc, with chromium or zinc, then we can avoid the rusting of iron. Say for example, in our cycles, bicycles are there. Whenever bicycles are coated with chromium, that's why whenever this shining shining is also because of this chromium. Whenever chromium is present on iron during bicycles manufacturing, then shining is there. Until and unless the fading of shining, there is no rusting of that particular iron. That's why this is one of them. But second one is coating of very important competitive exams question. Coating of zinc on iron is called galvanization. So that's why if you observe our iron pipelines at our homes, iron pipes are there. So these iron pipes usually does not undergo rusting process. Why? Because all these pipelines are galvanized at home. Very important. Why our iron pipelines at homes are not trying to undergo corrosion process? Because they are galvanized. This process is nothing but coating. If we take a pipeline, then what happened above this? We are coating a zinc metal. We are coating a zinc metal like a nail polish only. Liquid zinc is spreading all over through this iron. Then what happened? The iron is covered with zinc. The resultant iron pipeline is called as galvanized pipeline. So very important bit. This is also very important. And one more example is also there. We have ships are there. So ships are there. So whenever some parts of the ships are under the water, some parts are under the water, some parts of ships are above the water. Whenever under the water, some parts are under the water, there are high chances of rusting process because those are also made of iron. So to avoid this, painting takes place. Painting, but it is a continuous maintenance. Continuous maintenance is required. It is a continuous maintenance process. So because seawater also, this is also water. Wherever I told you water is there, it encourages the iron to form the rust. So here also seawater is there. Seawater also encourages. Seawater gives more corrosion. So this is also very important concept regarding the chemical change. Some more examples are also there. I will explain in the next video. Try to understand chemical change is nothing but one or two new substances form. This is the rusting of iron. Completely in this video I explained the rusting of iron. Thank you.